Welcome to the channel, starting something new here. Before we get into it, wrist check. Today I'm wearing the Casio vibration alarm W735H. This watch has definitely seen some stuff. I've been wearing this watch so long that the original strap basically just disintegrated, and I actually just got the replacement strap in today and got it back together in working order so I can wear it again. This is one of those watches that I told myself, like, I don't want to commit to a G-Shock, I guess. At the time, I thought like $50+ for a watch was just extravagant, just too much to spend. And so I got this little guy. It's kind of like a budget almost G-Shock. Has the same sort of case styling as a lot of the round G-Shocks do. It is definitely super tough. It has been dropped and kicked and closed in car doors and taken in pools and swam with and showered with and knocked against concrete walls moving furniture around. And I mean, just like, it's been through everything. And it's definitely got some battle scars to prove it. As a matter of fact, I think this is my second iteration of this watch. The second time I've purchased one. I previously had one with like the gold trim in it. It was super cool. I absolutely loved it. But one of the times that I was moving from house to house, it fell out of my truck at the time and I ended up running over it. And believe it or not, the movement still worked perfectly. But the case was so cracked and just kind of smushed up and disjointed that it wouldn't really work even if I, put a new strap and all that stuff on it. So I went ahead and bought a second iteration of it, because I just loved it so much. And it's one of the things that I still find myself doing all the time. Whenever I'm looking at watches, I tell myself, oh, that would be a cheap, just kind of like inexpensive beater watch that I could just kind of bash against walls and do whatever, not have to worry about really messing it up or anything. It's not like I would be buying like a Rolex or Cartier or one of these luxury watches. So my entire collection has basically just turned into a box full of beater watches, and I think that's okay. I've come to the realization that it just depends on your lifestyle. I don't find myself going to a lot of fancy dress parties and all this stuff as a tattoo artist. I mean, I'm just kind of hanging around, doing some kind of rough stuff, sometimes getting physical. So like a solid gold Roly day date or like some fancier dress watch is just probably not going to suit me. Now, I do have one. So I lied. I've actually got two, I realized. And incidentally, both are the same brand. I was introduced to this brand when I signed up to be a product tester for a retail site online. And one of the deals that was available was to test out one of these watches. And it happened to be this one right here. It's a nice little dress watch, and it's got a display case back. And as a matter of fact, it's just a little like no-name, I'm guessing Chinese brand that's actually powered by a Seiko NH35A. So it's hacking and hand winding. It's actually a super nice watch. The fit and finish is super nice on it, and I'm really happy with it. And the other one, this little guy here, is obviously an homage to a Rolex. But the quality on the finishing of the case is crazy for what you would expect from a cheapo Chinese watch. I want to say I picked it up for maybe $90. And I mean, it's got the butterfly clasp there, display case back. But it still looks really good right on those pips, those hour markers. And of course, the bracelet, like any Jubilee bracelet, got some jank in it, but that's kind of the charm in some of those bracelets is it's got that flexibility to it. It's like super malleable, like it just fits so well. It's even got solid end links up here. And you want to guess how often I wear either of those watches? Almost never. Almost always wearing something like this, or if I need to be a little bit more professional, like if I'm consulting with clients at the tattoo shop, I might wear my SKX, or one that I picked up here recently, I might wear something like the Dress KX. Basically the same dial design and layout as the old SKX Diver. 100 meters of water resistance, which is good enough for basically anything that I'm going to do with it, for the most part. Same deal, hacking, hand winding, so I can keep up with keeping it powered on days that I'm wearing something else. I can just, in the morning before I go do anything, just give it a little wind. And of course with this one, the lume is just incredible, as it is with all Seikos. Well, all the Seikos that I've handled at least. And this dial just really reminds me of maybe a Black Bay, something like that. I just really love this dial. But any of those watches, I don't care if they get kind of bashed up a little bit. I'm a little more hesitant about the SKX now since they've been discontinued, and I've been seeing online their prices just going way, way up. And that's kind of bumming me out in its own right, because that's part of the reason that I like a lot of these watches, is that I can wear them and do whatever with them, and I'm not worried about just totally destroying like an investment or something. Because I didn't buy these as an investment. I bought them as these cool pieces of technology, these tools that I can use, not as some showpiece or something that I'm gonna leave sitting in a safety deposit box somewhere to accrue value over time. I bought them so that I can use them. And if it's too expensive, I just feel incentivized to leave it in the watch box and not bash it up, not use it. But something like this, I don't mind. It's a $30 watch. I have a feeling once these are discontinued, which all of them are going to be discontinued eventually, I have a feeling these are still going to be around $30 or $40 basically forever until they die. I feel like having a collection of beater watches is still totally valid. Tools that accomplish a goal, hopefully look cool while doing it, and not so expensive that whatever your income level is, that you're not going to worry about bashing it up, moving furniture down a flight of stairs, ripping up carpet in a flooded basement, which I did not too long ago, in that same day, bashing apart a couch with a big hammer so that we could get it out of the basement, up the stairs, and out to the street, trash all that stuff. If I'm wearing something like the Invicta, I picked it up for $60-ish. I'm not worried about losing that. Or if it gets a big scratch on the crystal or a gash on the side of the case, it's not gonna bum me out. If anything else, it'll give it some character, and I don't have that thought in the back of my head that it's just like, oh, it's killing the value. It's just a tool that now has some cool battle scars. What are your favorite beater watches? Like, what do you wear to hammer apart furniture and rip up carpet and bash around stuff on the construction site and whatever? Let me know down in the comments. And until next time, later, y'all.